to be back to make my second SeaWorld video for you today. I've already made one on my tips and tricks for visiting SeaWorld San Antonio. Today, this video is going to focus on the pass options that SeaWorld San Antonio offers. I am a Platinum Pass holder, and I bought that with intention at the beginning of the summer, knowing I was visiting multiple parks that SeaWorld owns. I'm going to be talking to you about the different costs, give you some options that are available, talk about the value and all the perks you get when you are a pass member. Full disclosure, I am not being paid by SeaWorld. This is just genuinely my own review. I love to save money when I travel. It is like my thing. I search for deals. That's how I make it doable for my family. So I want to share with you how my family has been able to visit so many of these parks. And honestly, I feel like SeaWorld has lost money on my family at this point with every option we've been able to cash out. So if that sounds like something that's going to help you out with your planning, stick around. Also, if you like videos like this about travel for family and figuring out how to save money or places to go and see, subscribe to our channel because lots more content will be coming your way. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is what ticket options are even available when you are planning a trip to SeaWorld San Antonio. So SeaWorld San Antonio breaks their ticket options into 3 sections. You can find this by clicking the buy tickets up top. The first section is just your regular daily ticket or 2-day or 3-day ticket. They actually have 4 different kinds when you're just buying a ticket. And the main difference between the daily ticket and the any day ticket is basically the daily ticket, you put in a specific date. That any day ticket you can use at any time. These range usually between like $60 and $90 or so. It depends and it fluctuates by how busy the park is. The next category they have is the season pass section. You can either buy a season pass just to SeaWorld SeaWorld San Antonio, or you can buy one to SeaWorld and Aquatica San Antonio. They are actually in the same exact spot, just on 2 separate sides of the park. So you go through the main gate and you can either go to SeaWorld or you can go to Aquatica. Aquatica is SeaWorld's water park. So, and it's not much more to add Aquatica. So if you go the season pass route, I would definitely consider doing it so that you can go to both parks. Now, the third category is what I bought in. And no, before we get started, I don't even live in Texas. I was there for about 2 months this summer. My husband was on military orders doing some training and we accompanied him. But if you look on here, the 12-month annual passes just made the most sense for us. We were on our way down to Texas and we were able to visit multiple parks owned by SeaWorld San Antonio. So we chose to go with the annual pass. All right, before you can decide which ticket option is best for you, it's important you understand which parks SeaWorld actually own, and then you can decide how many you might visit because that will make a big difference in which pass is the best choice for you. So to start, they own Aquatica San Antonio, which is right across from SeaWorld San Antonio. They own this one, which is Busch Gardens Tampa. And in Busch Gardens Tampa, you can see a lot of wildlife. It's African themed, which is really cool. It has a very different theme than their other Busch Gardens, which is in Williamsburg. Williamsburg Busch Gardens is focused on more of a European feel and it doesn't have as many animals. Also in Williamsburg, Virginia is Water Country USA, which is owned by SeaWorld. So besides SeaWorld San Antonio, they also own SeaWorld Orlando, which is where this was filmed, and a SeaWorld in California as well. Another park they own is Sesame Place in Pennsylvania, and they also have a Sesame Place in California. Sesame Place in Pennsylvania is a mixture of water park rides and theme park rides. SeaWorld also owns many water parks, including Adventure Island, Tampa Bay, Discovery Cove, Orlando, and Aquatica in San Antonio, as well as Aquatica in Florida. All right, that's a whole lot of parks I just showed you. So to recap with the on-screen, what they have Florida has SeaWorld Orlando, Discovery Cove Orlando, which is not included in passes, Aquatica Orlando, Busch Gardens Tampa Bay, Adventure Island Tampa Bay. California has SeaWorld San Diego and Sesame Place San Diego. Texas has SeaWorld San Antonio, Aquatica San Antonio, and Discovery Point, which you can visit with either a SeaWorld or Aquatica ticket. And Virginia has Busch Gardens Williamsburg and Water Country USA. Pennsylvania has Sesame Place. All right, so let's talk about what are the perks of membership and why exactly did I choose to buy a membership even though I don't live near SeaWorld San Antonio. All right, so now I want to talk about the perks that come with the different levels of membership and why I thought that was the best saving situation for my family. So my family has the Platinum Pass, which is the highest level of membership, and we pay right now $54 a month. It worked out for the whole year to be about $600 for all of us, a little bit over that. So divided by 3, it was about $200, slightly more per person. And for that, I have gotten a few $1,000s worth of admission. So I'm going to go through kind of what the Platinum Pass offers, and then we'll talk about why it wouldn't make sense. So the biggest difference with the Platinum Pass compared to all of the other passes is that the Platinum Pass is going to allow you admission into all of those parks I just talked about. So if you want to take advantage of many parks, then the Platinum Pass is going to give you admission to those for a full year. So for my family, we were road tripping from Massachusetts down to San Antonio. And on the way, we went to Williamsburg. So I brought my family to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. The tickets there are often about $100 just to get in per person, plus parking. And I didn't have to pay for either of those. Then we went to Sesame Place in Pennsylvania before we got to Williamsburg. Same thing again, it would have been about a little bit less than $100 per person for admission if I was just buying tickets. But because I had my pass, I just scanned it and got in. And I didn't have to pay for parking, which is usually $25 to $30 at each park for the day. We used it many times at SeaWorld San Antonio and Aquatica San Antonio because we were down there for an extended period of time. I also used the pass this winter when I went to my brother's wedding. I was able to go over to Busch Gardens and SeaWorld Orlando, sorry. So I used it to go into tons of parks, and all of those admissions would have literally cost me thousands. So I saved a ton of money. I still paid just that fee I started with when I bought the pass. So if you think you're going to be visiting more than one park, then I would consider Platinum. If you don't think you'll visit more than one park, then it might not be worth it for you to go with the highest level. Some other things it includes are free guest tickets. Now, this one is a way you could potentially come out ahead if you weigh the numbers and look through the website. You get if you're a Platinum member, you get 2 free guest tickets during 3 different sections of the year. They break up the parts of the year. So in the summer, you're allowed to use 2 of them. I had my sister and nephew come out to San Antonio to visit us. I was able to get them in the parks for free. They didn't have to pay to go in at all, which was a really nice perk. Another way you could maybe make this work for you is buy 1 Platinum Pass for somebody in your family and use some of those guest tickets if it makes sense to do so. All right, some of the other perks that I really loved about having a season pass were the discounts I got in the park. When I was there, I got 50% off every time I bought something in a gift shop. It was like an amazing deal. I think they've recently lowered it to 40% off, but that's still pretty good. I also got that same discount sometimes it was a little less, but I did get a discount at parks that weren't my home park. So my home park was SeaWorld San Antonio for my pass. That's who I bought it through. But I did get discounts at the other parks I visited as well. I also got the free parking at all parks I visited. At SeaWorld San Antonio, I loved that I got not just free parking, but I got preferred parking. In fact, having a Platinum Pass allowed me to be in the very closest spots to the park entrance, which was just a nice convenience. You get reserved seating. You get a queue to do that once a day if you would like to use it. You also once a day get a cut the line pass, which is nice on a busy day. It only lets you go for one ride, but it is a nice perk to have with the Platinum. And you get some other awesome features like photos. I could get my photos done, print out the pass, and get some free photos from the park done for me while I'm visiting. So as you can see, there's a giant list of perks, and I would be here for a while if I talked to you about how I utilize all of them. But I do want you to take time, read through these options, and compare each one on the chart. If it makes sense for you, definitely go with Platinum. That's my recommendation. If you are only visiting SeaWorld San Antonio and Aquatica, or one of those two, I would consider going with the Gold Pass or the Silver Pass. You're still going to get some free tickets. Those tickets are not available for use during summer, just so you know, those bring a friend tickets. You're also going to get discounts. The discounts aren't as much, but the discount is still there. You'll get free parking, but you won't be allowed into their other parks beyond the SeaWorld San Antonio and Aquatica San Antonio. So they're worth weighing against each other. Some final perks that I wanted to talk about that I really loved is they often give pass members different promotions each month that are just random that you can print. So, for example, some days I went in and they would just give me $10 to spend in the park. I'd get a card and I could spend it where I wanted to. They've given out ornaments near Christmas time. They give out free drinks sometimes. So they often are running different perks for pass members only, which is nice to know. Now I'm going to switch over and talk to you about my last favorite thing about being a Platinum Pass member, which made me save a ton of money. All right. Okay, the last perk I wanted to point out is you get a free animal experience with the Platinum Pass. So we used it to go meet the dolphins. There are more expensive ones we could have used it on, but my daughter wasn't old enough for them. We got to meet Ripley over here. We got to pat her, give her some food. She did some tricks. We got to take a photo. So that was a huge savings because the animal experiences are close to $100 per person. So what a great value. So I've given you some of my reasons for buying a Platinum Pass or considering annual pass membership. What questions or advice do you have? Drop it below.